This could perhaps work.
This guy's gonna freaking kill me. He's shooting right towards me.
Those are just two of the most disturbing camping encounters ever caught on camera, starting with one of the most outrageous ones. Case number 1. Erlo Brown is a creator with a diverse range of videos on his YouTube channel. In one video, he went into the South African jungle to find a good spot for a trail camera. Initially, nothing out of the ordinary happened. However, as he walked along a little used path, what was supposed to be a simple task became a shocking experience.
I think we have found a perfect place to place the trail camera. So this trail running along here is literally the only entrance and exit for this entire valley. And you can see it's very narrow, so it's very easy to funnel the animals in one spot. You know exactly where they'll be walking. It's very dense around here. So I guess animals can walk wherever they want. They don't need the trail. But I'm almost 100% convinced we'll catch some animals on this trail. Just look at how nice that is. I just have to find a good spot to place the camera. I'm not too concerned about people finding the camera. This trail isn't used a lot because it's just a one-way. It's not a through-way. So maybe a tree. I reckon this tree could maybe work. Although that's going to be very obvious. Maybe if we find something that's a little bit further into the tree line, so it's better hidden, this could perhaps work.
Erlo was clearly scared, as his expression showed. If I were in his position, I would have been just as frightened. It turns out that the sound he heard was not natural, but an artificial noise meant to scare baboons, which he confirmed in his comments. While it's uncertain if the sound worked on the baboons, it definitely scared Erlo. Case number 2. This video comes from a small YouTube channel called Degenerate Wilderness, which features chaotic outdoor trips in challenging weather conditions. Their content blends rough adventures with unpredictability, turning outings into a fight for survival. In the video, a group goes camping at Rattlesnake in Ohio. Initially, they laugh and joke, but everything changes when an unexpected strong storm approaches.
Tornado warnings, mad thunderstorms, but you know, we should be good. We got 9 to 1 a.m. thunderstorm chances. It was like 10 to 12, but now it's 9 to 1.
So it was gonna start coming down at 9.
Yeah, rain's about to start coming in now, so.
We're trying to pack up what we can. We have to leave the tents. We're about to run to the car.
80-mile-an-hour winds is so dangerous.
Slides, yeah.
Flying debris.
No, they actually might blow away. There's a good chance. I don't think they get far.
He's pretty much ready to go.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
What started as a relaxing camping trip quickly turned serious when thunderstorm alerts led to evacuation orders.
Come on, Christian.
It's like, seriously, bro.
Like, come on. This is like... Let's get the fuck out of here. We gotta go. Christian, come on. Is this the right way?
Wait, might be more left.
I think it's
right.
left. Yeah, I think it's that way. Emergency evacuation.
Evacuation.
80-mile-an-hour winds.
This is insane.
Flying debris.
Despite the worsening situation, the group tried to stay cheerful. When they decided to return to their vehicle, they realized the key was left at the campsite. With the storm getting stronger, no one wanted to go back alone, so they went together. They worried their campsite might be damaged or someone could get hurt. But fortunately, they all returned safely. After the storm, they found out it also caused fatalities in nearby Kentucky the night before. This shows that severe weather can be both dangerous and deadly, highlighting how quickly nature can change from calm to threatening. Case number 3. In December 2018, Darren, the creator of the YouTube channel Darren's Northern Life, went hunting on the last day of Manitoba's deer rifle season. Unfortunately, a careless decision made by another hunter almost cost him his life.
Oh my goodness, that bullet just came over my head. Sounded like a hit though. You freaking idiot. Oh. Man, I wish there were some bigger trees here. This guy's gonna frickin' kill me. He's shooting right towards me. Oh my goodness.
Once the legal hunting time came to an end, Darren felt compelled to find out who had fired those shots. However, unfortunately for him, he didn't catch the culprit.
Not much, self?
Not much. Taking pictures of the license plate. Is something wrong? Everything all right?
Somebody shot at me. I got on videos. Literally, a bullet came flipping right over my head.
Two shots earlier, right?
Yeah.
Like around
Shot
4
at you.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Where
Somebody
were you?
walking down the edge of Hugins Field here.
Yeah, there was a guy walking on the end of the trail here.
So I was on the far side. Somebody walked down this side here, and freaking bullet. I seen a deer came out, and I seen a guy walking. And sure enough, boom! You can. It's probably on video too. You can hear the bullet.
No shit.
Well, we were.
Wasn't us. We're over there.
No, the first shot wasn't hit because it half a mile later it was still way up in the air. It sounded like a hit. I know it sure sounded like it.
It did ever.
Yeah.
It
Anyways,
did sound like a hit.
That was a hit. And then
all
not too long after, another shot.
yeah, because I make YouTube videos and I like to put the person on blast on the internet.
This incident underscores the critical importance of hunting safety. Each year, numerous hunters suffer injuries or fatalities, not primarily from the wilderness, but due to the reckless actions of fellow hunters. While Darren may have narrowly avoided disaster this time, the echo of those bullets overhead will likely stay with him forever. Case number 4. Shaylee Wanders, a travel blogger, was camping by a serene lake, enjoying nature and fresh air. However, everything changed when she woke up to go to the bathroom.
Currently sitting in a field of talus with no shoes, climbed up here in socks, so that didn't feel great. I was in the tent getting ready to come out and go to the bathroom. I heard something that sounded very big outside, and so I just grabbed my bear spray and stayed silent. About 5 seconds later, I had a bear claw in my tent. Kind of peeked my head out of the tent flap, and he was about 1 foot from me, staring at me in the face. So, deployed my bear spray. That backed him off enough for me to get out of the tent.
She was lucky to have left the tent when she did, for what happened next demonstrated just how a seemingly simple camping trip could have taken a tragic turn.
And at that point, I could kind of tell that he was more interested in the tent. They are still in the woods that are, so like tents down there, and they are like in here. And I can hear sticks and stuff cracking every now and again. Bear spray holder. Sleeping bag. And this is what's left of our tent.
Fortunately, she arrived home safe and unharmed after an encounter that few would have survived. Case number 5. In September 2018, YouTuber Christina Lynn, known for her outdoor activities, went camping in California. While hiking the John Muir Trail to her campsite, her tiring day turned into a nightmare.
So I'm in my parents' garden and I am going to tell the scariest story that ever happened to me in the wilderness. To give a little bit of context, I was backpacking California's Pacific Crest Trail. We were just doing a small section of it called the John Muir Trail. It took us about a month to do, me and my friend. We backpacked the whole thing. The scariest moment happened about 1 week or so into our trip. We had been camping, just the two of us, me and my friend who is a female. We had been hiking for like 12 hours that day. We were really tired, so we went to go get a campsite, and I was really tired. I was kind of pushing my friend to like settle down and maybe like find our camp a little bit earlier that day. So we kind of camped at a place that was like the side of the trail. Like there wasn't anyone else there. We had camped pretty much all on our own, but it was on the side of the trail, so we were a little bit exposed to the other people who were passing.
She wasn't alone on her journey. Her good friend was with her. Instead of finding a quiet place to camp, they decided to set up next to the trail, which turned out to be a dangerous choice.
So we both had separate tents. We would set up our tents right next to each other, so we were within kind of like talking distance, but we weren't actually in the same tent. We go to sleep, everything is going just fine for the majority of the night, and then at, I want to say around 5 o'clock in the morning, I see a light outside my tent. So like I assumed it was my friend, and so I kind of like just wait and listen, and I hear footsteps with the light, and you know, maybe my friend's just going pee outside, like maybe I'm freaking out for no reason. So then the footsteps start slowly walking around my tent with the light shining into my tent. So I'm like, okay, like there has to be like a logical explanation for this, like trying to stay sane. And later I was talking to my friend, she said she was doing the exact same thing in her tent, like hoping that it was me walking around and trying not to freak out that she was about to get murdered. It was probably a few minutes, but it felt like a half hour. Like it felt so long. I was so frightened. And so I hear the footsteps get closer, closer, closer to my tent. And then they stop at the outside of my tent, right at the door. So there's someone standing in front of my door. Finally, like I just can't take it any longer. I'm just sitting in my tent, like getting freaked out. And I decide to unzip my tent. Like I'm just gonna face whatever this is head on. So I unzip my tent. There is pretty much my worst fears realized. There is a man I do not know standing outside of my tent, staring at me. In the meantime, my friend is sitting in her tent, and she hears the tent unzip from me unzipping it, and she thinks that he's unzipping my tent, trying to get in. So I'm like, who are you? And he says, I'm Jack. And I say, okay, like, why are you here? Silent. He doesn't say anything. So Jack kind of stares at me, and he just gives me like the creepiest look. I say like, well, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, we're sleeping here, you know? Trying to act aggressive still, even though I'm like terrified in the meantime, and I'm like holding my tent stakes, like ready to stab him. You know, he kind of just seemed like he was like in a daze. Like he just said, oh, I thought this was my friend's tent. But like he had his backpack on. Like even, why would he think this random tent on the side of the trail is his friend's tent? And even if he did, why would he try to get into it at 5 a.m. in the morning and creepily walk slowly around all the tents in the meantime? So I was like, yeah, your friends aren't here. And then I zipped up my tent and then hid in my sleeping bag and hoped that he would go away. So then I heard the footsteps slowly walking away from the tent, and I figured like, okay, I'm gonna be safe.
The man's strange actions and odd excuse confused both women, making them question whether it was a mix-up or something more serious. He left, letting them sleep, but in the morning, they were shocked by what they discovered.
When I wake up the next morning and I talk to my friend and I'm like, oh my God, I unzip her tent. I'm like, oh my God, like what happened last night? Like that was so scary. We swapped stories and we thought we were safe. We look behind our tent and Jack is sleeping on the ground behind our tent. He didn't even set up his tent. He's just sleeping on the ground behind our tent. So we kind of go up to him thinking like maybe it was all some big misunderstanding this whole time. And we say like, what are you doing? Were you looking for your friends? He goes, ha ha ha. Yeah, looking for my friends. Gets his backpack on and keeps walking down the trail. And then that day we hiked out off the John Muir Trail and we hiked to a convenience store in Independence, California. And I bought a knife that was bigger than my head to carry on me in my tent after that moment. And
Christina and her friend quickly left the forest, uncertain about the man who had lingered all night. As I always say, in the wilderness, we should fear humans more than nature. Thankfully, they made it out unharmed. Case number 6. The Newfoundland Outsider is an exciting channel filled with northern adventures featuring activities like fishing, hunting, and breathtaking snowy landscapes. In this video, the host embarks on a thrilling journey that almost turns into a nightmare.
So there's a moose on the pass here. Looks like he's got his right hind leg hurt. Little 4-point bull. Hey buddy. We're just trying to get past. It's been a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. And I'm still waiting for this bull to get off the path. I've tried everything. And I sat quietly behind for half an hour. Nope. He's not moving. And see, he's still back there. He's still back there and he's not moving.
Initially, everything seemed fine. The animal didn't appear aggressive despite its wounds. It simply stood there quietly. But as the saying goes, you can never underestimate an injured wild animal. They can change their demeanor in the blink of an eye, and that's precisely what occurred.
Hurry up! Go on, I gotta get down to the cabin. Go on. Hey! Hey! Fuck you do? Oh, knock my thing out.
The kick was powerful enough to shatter the windshield of his snowmobile, and he could have sustained serious injuries. Fortunately, he made it home safely. This experience serves as a reminder of how quickly things can go awry in the wilderness, highlighting the importance of taking necessary precautions. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and turn on the bell so you'll get notified whenever I post.